Hello and welcome to 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Right here, and we're going to bring you nothing but the very best when it comes to sports. We're going to start local. We're going to take a look at the Eagles, of course. The Chan tournament is also coming up, and we're going to look at those qualifiers as well. The draws have actually been held, and we're going to look at the transfer window. That is the football European transfer window as things unfold. That is before we get to the main transfer window proper. Rumors flying here and there. Let's actually try to analyze some of those moves. With me in the studio to actually do that is Olawale Peters. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Brian.
Yes.
It's pleasure to be here to talk about sport and give them the best of sports from Trust TV station.
Exactly. That is what we do all day, every day. So let's begin with the international friendlies the Eagles are going to be playing. All right. So the new manager, new technical advisor is there. He's in the United States. He's meeting with the new technical crew and the players as well. What do we envisage from this encounter between the technical advisor and his new technical team, and of course the Eagles, as it were?
Okay, I'm not expecting anything different from him. That's the truth, because I've never seen or heard before in the history of appointing a coach that you will be giving the coach 6 month probation. Then the maximum that he can spend with you is a year. Exactly. So what plan, what strategy do you think he needs to put in place? And you're talking about the Nigerian Super Eagles that right now we need to start all over again to overhaul the players.
Exactly.
And start building from scratch. And you appointed a new coach to spend just a year in line with the contract they signed with him. So what are we expecting? Sincerely, I don't know what we're expecting. However, he's here. He came with his own 3 assistant coaches. Exactly. He came with a match analyst. He came with a trainer. Then also he came with his own assistant coach also. So they are meeting right now, and we'll have his first match over the weekend.
Exactly.
That's the international friendly we're going to have. But the real test will come against Sierra Leone in the month of June when we are playing our first match concerning the 2023 AFCON. Let's see what he can do. Let's see the miracle they want him to perform in 2 weeks' time. Because it's like we're expecting him to perform a miracle. That's why he's coming in now. And I don't know why we always leave it late. Sincerely, we like to leave it late, and we'll now put our hope high that he's coming to give us the desired result. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Because who does that? Who appointed a national coach
and gives him 6 months?
And gives him 6 months.
And highest 1 year.
Highest 1 year.
That means we don't have a project.
That is the point.
Which is something that we actually need right now.
We need a project. A project that can take us to the days of 1980s. I recall between 1983 to 1989, the Flying Eagles, we dominated Africa. We won the cup 83, 85, 87, and 89. Some of the players from that team, they became the star in Super Eagles. I'm talking about Mutia Lukpoju and co. We are talking about Philip Osondu, Christopher Ohen, Christopher Inwosu. They came from this team. So until we go back to the grassroots, we're not going to get it right.
Because we don't have a project from the under 17, under 21, under 23. Yes.
That is it. We keep referring back to Western Off. We know what he did.
Those were the glory days.
The glory days from 1989 up to 1994. We saw what they even did at Atlanta under 23.
Exactly.
So we have a team in transition. We have a project, but this is not a project at all. So what am I expecting? Probably I will try and watch, because I'm very loyal to my country. I still, my country very dear to me. I will watch it because I'm in Nigeria and I believe in the Nigerian project. But what the NFF are doing currently, it's totally out of this. I wish what they did to the FIBA, we're having the same thing with
for football.
The NFF and the likes. They have how many months left? This is May. They're going to have election in September. Why are they so much in a hurry to appoint a coach with a 1 year contract when they themselves, they have about 3 or 4 months left to go?
And even the coach himself, a lot of people have actually been questioning his CV. I mean, he doesn't seem to have the pedigree that a lot of Nigerians would want to see in a national team manager.
Well, we have a way of resuscitating a dead coach and give them a name. That
That's
is the
all.
truth. Right now, his profile has improved because he's coming to coach the most populous, the most popular black nation in the world, Nigeria.
He has that to his CV.
He has that to his CV, that I have coached Nigeria. So that will speak for him. So what are we getting from him? Nothing. Why we have people that can do it. The best we can do is to allow the Finidi George, Emmanuel Amunike, give them 6 months. Let the new NFF come. If they now have a project, is it 3 years tenure, is it 4 years tenure? Let them now set the project, the timeline, that this is what I want to do. This is what I want you to achieve within this period. If you don't do that, we'll continue talking about this
maybe
issue.
that's what they're doing with the new technical advisor. I mean, like, he's coming in, he's going to stay for 6 months. Then after that 6 months or 1 year, he's going to leave the Finidi Georges and the rest of them to actually take over.
So what is he coming on board?
Well,
what is he coming on board with? What is he coming to tell the Finidi George and co that they don't have already?
Technical advisor, so he's supposed to advise them technically.
Oh, okay. And I've seen all the countries that he has advised how they've won trophies. They've not won anything. How many trophies has he won? What has he
That's where the issue of pedigree actually comes in. I mean, like, where did they dig him up from?
Does he even understand the game of African football?
Exactly.
It doesn't. He hasn't coached any African nations or country before.
He has been in Egypt, I think.
Just a club in Egypt. And exactly. He spent only 9 months before they had to let him go. So that's the issue. So, and I don't know, but to me, I'll enjoy the match because I'm in Nigeria and I have to watch my country playing. But am I expecting anything? Sincerely, I'm not expecting anything because it's high time we have to stop giving ourselves false hope.
Exactly, and that's something we have been living on for a very long time now.
That's what happened when we have a Guavon.
Exactly. We kept on thinking that this was it.
The first match against Egypt, we were like, wow, Guavon is doing very well.
Exactly.
We have arrived. I told my friends,
yes.
We haven't. The players played because we don't believe in them. They want to prove us wrong.
Exactly.
There's a difference between ability and abinibi. Okay. Sorry for using that word. Abinibi means your skills that you know you have.
You have, yeah.
So there's a difference between Messi and Ronaldo.
Okay. So when they got us to believe in them.
Yes, definitely.
That was when
someone like Messi naturally is blessed with talent. He has that skills. But Ronaldo he trained himself to be where he is today. Okay. So that was what happened to us. We trained, prepared, committed to win the first match against Egypt.
Which we did.
And we are tired. So we don't have the skills to go further again.
But we did very well in the first round.
Not the first round, the first match.
The first round of matches.
It's only the first match that we did very well.
We got maximum points.
How many points did we get?
We didn't get maximum points from the group games.
Okay, so we got the maximum points
from the group games.
We now
then
lost.
We came out and that
so
was
what's the purpose of having
everything?
If they ask you to choose between your child having a good handwriting, he has a good handwriting and he's failing an exam, and someone that doesn't have a good handwriting, average handwriting, and is passing an exam.
Well, that's obvious. It's obvious what you. It's obvious what you will choose. Actually, well, I was just saying. I mean, like, we came with a game plan to actually.
No. We don't have any game plan.
Okay.
We don't have any game plan.
Well, the game plan was to beat Egypt.
If we had. Oh, the game plan
was to beat Egypt.
Not to win the trophy. Oh, okay. I agree with you. The game plan was
to beat Egypt. Exactly,
Egypt.
because I think he will put that down as his crowning achievement. When nobody believed in him, he went to the Cup of Nations and he beat Egypt.
Okay, so it will be part of your CV that
I think, yes.
achievement.
I went to the AFCON, beat Egypt.
I beat Egypt.
Exactly, with Mo Salah.
With Mo Salah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a lovely one. That's a lovely one.
Well, still speaking on, still talking about the Super Eagles, I mean, the Chan tournament is coming up. I mean, like, that's for the African Nations Cup for home-based players. The draws have actually been made. And Nigeria is actually there as well. And but since the inception of this tournament, do you think it has achieved what it was instituted for?
No. So why do I say no? From this team, we should be able to talk about 5-6 players representing the Super Eagles at AFCON or World Cup or in our squad. But for the past 7 years, we had only 3 local players that represented the country at the AFCON or World Cup for the qualifiers. And they didn't play as a main player. They came in as a substitute. Some didn't even play at all. So the purpose of having this competition is to develop your grassroots football. Exactly. So we've lost focus on it. sincerely, we've lost focus on it until we have, like we said earlier, projects, a process in place that from this home-based Super Eagles, as it were called, we're going to take like 4, 5, 6 of them. We have a parameter set that we're going to use in picking them to represent the Super Eagles.
Which the Eagles will actually know that, okay, fine, if you perform up to this level, you will be able to get to
you've set a target for them already. So the coach and the players, everybody, they will put in their best. So let's be sincere, what is motivating them to play? Except if they just want to have that name that I played for my country. That's all. And how many awareness are we giving to this competition, even in Africa?
It's not actually giving them the much awareness.
So the attention is not really there. So that means the opportunity of foreign-based coaches to come and watch or to watch their game, it's very, very minimal. So a lot needs to be done. We need to redefine the purpose of this.
But if we want to revive, or should I say, if we want to improve our home-based players and want to improve our leagues, is this the right way to go? Is it to put them in their own category? Okay, this is a tournament strictly for you guys, or do we have an avenue where we put them together with the foreign-based players and have them prove themselves?
Okay, we can look at it 2 ways. We can allow them to compete with the foreign-based players. How do we need to do that? We are having a match. That's Nations Cup qualifier against Real coming up, I think, June 8th. So we can declare the camp open.
For everybody.
For everybody. Not shortlisting 20, 30, 40 players. In fact, a month or 2 months before the competition, declare the camp open. We can open the camp in 6 geopolitical zones we have in this country. We have enough coaches now with the Super Eagles that you can assign each of them to go to each of these zones and set a parameter of what you are looking out for. Close the camp 2 or 3 weeks. After that, is that not equal opportunity? We have a lot of avenues that we can do this. But the question is, we are not ready to do it. Not that we cannot do it, not that we don't have the resources to do it. Imagine if we open a Super Eagles camp in Kano to take care of the Northwest. We go to Bauchi for the Northeast. We go to Lagos for the Southwest. Port Harcourt for the South. We go to Anambra for the Southeast. We have it in all the 6 geopolitical zones. And we have a timeline. During that period, if you know you have what it takes, come over.
See what you can
they will assess you. 1 week, 2 weeks. If you're able to get 10 or 15 players, we'll bring them up down to Abuja, where we're going to have a closed camp as at that time. That is an opportunity for them to compete. In the absence of having this, what we need to do is to do what we are doing currently now. The home-based Super Eagles. But they shouldn't just be home-based Super Eagles on paper also. You should be able to draft them into the real Super Eagles.
Yeah, because when we were in school, I mean, like, there were parameters for promotion in secondary school.
Definitely.
You score 60%, you get promoted to the next class. You don't get an average of 60, you don't go anywhere. So if that is set for them, at least they have something to target.
In fact, if you had that in place, I think probably by now we'll be celebrating qualifying for the World Cup. What do I mean? If we have the Super Eagles made up of 22 players in all, if you have like 12 foreign base, 10 home-based players. The game against Ghana, we need people that are hungry, that are strong, that are ready to take the weather. Because some of them complain about the harsh weather or whatever. Exactly. We have people that have been playing in this country. They understand Abuja, Lokoja, Maiduguri, Sokoto. They understand the sun and the weather very well. They can take what it takes. If you allow those people to play, probably will have qualified. Sincerely, because you see most of them that they lack the passion. The hunger is not even in them. I mean, the hunger is not even in them. They don't look like someone that is ready or proud to wear the green, white, green.
But for some of us that actually believe that for us to actually reboot our football, to reset everything per se. What you're saying actually makes grim reading for people like us who actually had that hope that we are going to actually have a reboot. Because if you're looking at it right now, we have a technical advisor that has a contract for 6 months or 1 year, which is not even enough for him to start even the process. Because if we're saying we're going to do a process like just what you've explained right now, have open camps in all the geopolitical zones and screen players, and that's not enough time for him.
It's not enough time for him. This is something that you need at least 3 or 4 months. This process alone.
Because a lot of us say, okay, fine, why not get a local manager to be able to do these things? Let's get our local people to do this. I mean, Senegal has done it with Aliou Cissé. But the thing is, how long has Aliou Cissé been there?
Okay, you see, we tend not to appreciate what we have in this country for a reason best known to the NFF. And I don't know the reason why they so much believe in paying in dollars, not in naira.
Naira, yes.
So that's the truth. If not, what we need, yes, we need a sound technical advisor, not a coach, like what the Ghanaians, they are doing. You can have a local coach to be supported by the technical advisor, because at times you need this technical advisor to reach the game, to read the game for you, to analyze who are you supposed. Look at our match, even at the Nations Cup. Immediately they scored us.
We didn't have a plan B.
Destabilized.
Exactly.
We don't even have that mindset that, okay, this game that you are playing in now, let's assume that they score us.
What do we do?
What would be the next line of action? We don't plan. We don't have that. Immediately we got the red card. The next thing is panic substitution. The same thing happened at the National Stadium here in Abuja. Immediately we started packing. No, you don't need to do panic substitution. You plan very well. That is what we are lacking. The technical know-how, the technical abilities, we don't have.
So you think that is what a technical advisor should do? He actually should be able to support the local coach that we have. Not the other way around now.
No,
because the other way around, that's what we're doing right now.
Definitely.
You have a technical advisor that's been supported by local coaches. Well, we do hope, for the sake of our very own dear Super Eagles, that the NFF will get their act together and do what is required for us, so that Nigerian football can actually get back to where it used to be. All right? Well, still, moving away from Nigerian football now. As we've said earlier, European leagues have closed. Right now, it's just rumors. Not even the transfer window hasn't even opened yet. Yes, but sometimes this is the most exciting part of the transfer window,
very
the pre-transfer window, where you have all these rumors coming up. And Arsenal.
Again.
Yes. Our very own Arsenal.
Our very own Arsenal.
Our very own Arsenal. There's this rumor going around, this vicious rumor going around, that they wanted to go back in for Serge Gnabry.
Okay. Well, it won't be a bad idea if they can get him, provided they have to fight also with Real Madrid. Because Real Madrid also, they are interested in him. After Mbappe made his choice of not joining, of staying at PSG, not going to Real Madrid. Also, they too, they're interested in him. And if you're a player, Arsenal is coming for you, and Real Madrid is coming for you. Where will you go?
But for Gnabry, it's like a homecoming.
Exactly, and knowing fully that you've been there before, they have to send you on a loan to West Ham. He went on loan to West Ham because he couldn't get the enough playing times, and he's very, very injury prone. All his career, I think he was bought from Stuttgart at the age of 17 years old. To Arsenal by Arsene Wenger then, but he couldn't perform very well in England. He went on loan. From there, he went to Werder Bremen. From there, now he's with Bayern Munich, where he has scored 14 goals in 34 matches.
He's been absolutely phenomenal.
So that means he has been phenomenal. Yeah. So will he now leave that comfort zone again, knowing fully that Lewandowski also may likely leave?
Leave, exactly.
So if Lewandowski may likely leave, they need to hold on to their star. So him leaving Bayern Munich, I doubt it. And if he's leaving Bayern Munich, is Arsenal the next destination where he has played before, and he did not really live up to expectation in terms of performance due to injury, or he doesn't understand this style of play, the intensity that has to do with Premier League.
But lots of things have changed since he was last at Arsenal. There's a new manager now, a new mentality, probably new set of players, and all that. New management, so to speak. Don't you think that might...
But their mentality still remains the same. The mentality of playing fantastic football,
and then not getting anything in return.
As a player, you get to a stage in your career, now what matters most to you is trophy.
And he has gotten a taste of that.
Where?
In Bayern Munich.
In Bayern Munich, but not in England.
Exactly.
If it is Manchester City, or let me say Liverpool,
that's coming for him now.
Chelsea, that is coming for him now, definitely he wants to have a taste of the trophy in England. Not Arsenal, where the probability of them getting it next season. Like I told our colleague also, Adeni, that if Arsenal should win next season trophy, we're going to sponsor him to Emirates, because he's telling me that it's very sure that Arsenal
will win something next season.
Not something, no. Premier League.
The Premier League next season.
Next season.
Okay, well, I think he's willing to put his money where his mouth is. I'm not. No, we're still talking transfer rumours. Aston Villa, it's been heard that they're in for a new central defender now, and they're looking at our very own Calvin Bassey, who has had a phenomenal season with Rangers, winning the... going to the final of the Europa League and winning the Scottish League and whatnot. So it had a phenomenal season, and it's very good that rumours like this are actually coming up.
Yeah, it's let me take it as a rumor for now, and also a player that has already played with Steven Gerrard before when he was at Rangers.
Exactly.
He was even the one that bought him from Leicester City
to Rangers.
Now that he's with Aston Villa, he wants him to come around.
Yeah.
He's a versatile player. He's someone that can play 2, 3, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
We've seen what he has done. But the current defense line of Aston Villa, is there anybody that can bench currently now?
Wow.
Because they have a very solid defense now.
Yeah.
So him coming in to break in, because you should be looking at his playing time, where it will be among the first 11. That's what matters most. So leaving Rangers, well, a good option for him. But to Aston Villa, where they have a very solid and good defense, who's he going to bench?
But if there's a time to go to a club, it's a time to go to that club when it's in transition. That's when you have a better chance of actually breaking into it. And Aston Villa right now, it is a team in transition. They haven't really gotten their acts together. They're just finding their feet and whatnot. So I think maybe he should feel maybe it's an opportunity for him to actually get in there. And we alluded to his relationship with Steven Gerrard.
Okay, performance and relationship are two different things. So if he's going to Aston Villa, he should be ready to overperform so that he will be among the top, the first 11. That's the truth. Like I said earlier on, their defense line, sincerely, it's very fantastic. That's why Martinez, their goalkeeper, did very well this season, because he had the likes of Mings, the likes of Michael Carrick that are already protecting him. So the back line, they really understood themselves 100%. So if you want to go in and you know he has what it takes to break into that defense line,
and there's also that temptation of making that leap from the Scottish League to the Premier League. I mean, like the appeal of the Premier League, it's unbridled. You've been in Scotland for a while. You want to make that move to the Premier League and actually test yourself against the.
Okay, I think he has established himself. He has proven himself, because he made the top 11 European League team. So he was chosen as one of the best defenders. So that means he has already established himself. What he needs now is for his agent to do the needful. It may not be Aston Villa. You still have other clubs in Premier League that may need his service. Yes, they want him to go for £25 million. We have a lot of teams that are ready
to splash that cash.
Yes, definitely. So you shouldn't be in a hurry to take that decision. Should he leave
in this day and age that the players are going for outrageous sums of money, I think £25 million for somebody like this, it's a bargain, isn't it?
Yeah, yes, it is.
If you're purchasing somebody like Harry Maguire for like 80 million.
Don't let us go into that. The truth is, you can't buy English player very cheap.
Yeah, they're quoting like 150 for Declan Rice.
Declan Rice.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine that?
Really?
So how much do you not think the likes of Rudiger should worth?
Really?
So that's one good thing about the British press. They know how to package themselves. And if you made a mistake of buying something that's the package and the packaging is not very well, it's not that for you.
You'll end up having a Sunday League player for 80 million.
80 million.
That is outrageous.
They have that. Yeah, I agree with you. It's worth more than £25 million, but it's the world that we live in.
Well, still talking transfers right now quickly. There's this new rumor that actually come up. Bayern Munich, they've been in the news because they're about from the Lewandowski saga and everything, and Gnabry and everybody thinking about who's leaving, who's coming, who's signing new deals. But there's a rumor coming in that Sadio Mane is on the radar of Bayern Munich as it is right now.
Wow, a fantastic player. Let me say underappreciated player.
Exactly, I was going to say that. I was going to say that he's one of the most underappreciated players that I know.
He is, to be sincere with you. And I think And if Lewandowski is leaving Bayern Munich, it's an opportunity for him also to go to Bayern Munich. That's the truth. Maybe then he will be appreciated more. And he's a player that can fit in anywhere. When he was at Southampton, we saw what he did.
It was absolutely brilliant.
Very brilliant. Liverpool, he has done very well. He has scored 16 goals in 34 matches Premier League. Then for the Champions League, 12 matches, 6 goals. So 21 goals this season alone. He has done very, very well. Bayern Munich come knocking, Lewandowski
And he's
out.
been consistent. All the seasons, he has been consistent, with his goals and his assists, goal involvements. I mean, like, he's really up there with the best of them.
Yes,
But
seriously.
everybody hears is Mo Salah when it comes to Liverpool.
To be honest, Mo Salah is superb. He's phenomenal. This season has been one of his best seasons. He scored 23 goals, the highest. Then also the assist, 13. The highest also. In fact, I don't know the reason why they have to give Kevin De Bruyne.
De Bruyne, the best player. Yes,
I don't know the parameter they used in giving him. To me, Mo Salah won it perfectly from the beginning of the season till the end of the season.
Really, because when you look at it, I mean, like, what do you measure? How do you measure the mettle of a footballer across a season?
Your contribution to your team.
That's the thing.
How you help your own team.
Exactly.
Your team performance, your individual performance, your individual brilliance. Then that shows that Mo Salah has all this. But I don't know what happened. They gave it to Kevin De Bruyne.
Well, I think maybe it's all about the packaging, as you said.
European packaging.
As you said, exactly. European packaging, as you said. Well, that's so much we can take right now on the 360 Sports on Trust TV. We've been analyzing sports right here in the studio. And thank you very much for being on the show, Olawale Peters. It's always a pleasure having you here.
Pleasure being with you.
Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you so much.
All right. So, and thank you for spending time with us right here on 360 Sports on Trust TV. Join us again next time when we shall be coming your way with the very best of sports. I am Ibrahim Yusuf. Thanks for joining us.